Okay, so now we are talking about ZAP. What's ZAP? ZAP means Zed Attack Proxy. Now, the most important thing about it is that it can what give you like a general overview of what you are dealing with. Now, trust me, it will not make any sense. Yeah, it will not make any sense to just use ZAP and what get the report, because ZAP can be used to generate reports. It won't make sense. You get a report from ZAP and in your mind you have finished work. No, you have never started. And also, like I'm telling you, so that you know that I know. So you don't make the mistake of maybe you are given a task to scan a particular site and after scanning the sites, the report you are getting from ZAP is what you are going to copy and paste. No. If you do that as a course, maybe you do that as a course, maybe a course in school, you're going to fail. If you do that and you submit it to a company, they will see you as like you don't know what you are doing. Because by using ZAP, you practically didn't do anything. ZAP was the one that did it for you. And there's something called false positive. ZAP can raise false positive for you. Now, this is like a GUI tool. It's not a CS tool. It's easy to understand. It's very easy to understand. You can play around with it. Let's go to our Kali. We'll go to our Kali and you can load up your ZAP there. If it's not there, you can install it there. I think it should be a pre-installed. So if it's not there, you install it. Simple and short. So come to this horse sign. Before I put, I think some persons were going to ask me some questions. There's this guy, forgotten his name. Patrick, were you going to ask anything? Patrick or
I actually
Patrick?
wanted to say that network is really bad today. So I will just go through the recorded class later on, then catch up.
Yeah, so sorry about that. Uh, as a matter of fact, the whole network disruption really pisses me off. Like it pisses me off. But anyways, let's just make do with what we have, please. Thank you. Um, Going back to what we can see here, ZAP. Like I said, it's a GUI tool. Just like your normal tools now, those normal applications or softwares I use, you know what all these things for. So I'm not going to ordinarily I'm meant to take my time to start explaining all these things, but please you can play around with it to know what each of them stand for. You're just going to do the basic ones or the necessary ones, then after that we are good. So I'm going to come here. This is my Kali from my Kali. So we'll check if we can see ZAP here. If you can see it, you can load it up from your Kali. For most of you using Kali, if you cannot see it, you can install it. And if you want to install it on your Windows, you are good. You can install it on your Windows. Any environment you want to use it, it is fine. Sometimes it's good you just work independently on your Kali so that um, various things that you are doing, you can easily play around them. So it's not there. Let's check Burp. We're going to talk, okay, Burp is there. We are going to deal with Burp later. Now, let's move on to this, our ZAP. Now, like we said, we're talking about scanning. You have a site. You are given the task. You've done your in-map scanning. You've used your Go Booster to see these things that are available. So now, what do you do? Let's just go to automated scan. We are going to take just like a tip of or an overview of this tool or the usage of this tool. So we go to automated scan, URL to attack, the URL to attack. That's basically is asking you for what you want to attack. So let's, oops, sorry, this is not what I want to. So we'll close all these ones, we delete all these ones, sphp.com. So we delete the remaining. So now URL to attack. This is the URL I want to attack. So So it's just simple. Go to attack. Now I'm going to explain. Now guy, sometimes that's why sometimes I truly don't use um I truly don't use Go Buster sometimes. Sometimes I use it. Why I don't use it is because this one can combine the fun of Go Buster, using Go Buster independently and using a scanner. If you notice, the first thing it did was just like it did like some kind of scrub, like some kind of crawling, like let's just quickly wrap around this and see what we have over there. Now, after that, it will now do the main scanning or the main active scanning. Mind you, all these things are automated scanning. All you need to do is what you need to take your time and go through what it must have discovered for you. Now, let me explain each and every one of the things. You see, ID of the whatever it is that is scanning, the request stamp, response stamp, timestamp, I mean. Here's the method. We know the various methods. We know the get, we know the post, we know the delete, and the likes of that. Here's the URL. Now you'll be like, is the URL not testphp.vonweb.com? That's where the catch is. That's where the catch. It does directory listing also for you. If you notice, it is adding other directories to it. It's adding other directories to it. If you want to check for sure, if you search for Amy, let's say let's say you're asking yourself, is this in testing slash admin, that's http colon slash slash testphp.vonweb.com slash admin. Is it testing? Let's search for admin. Right. No, let's leave it alone. So it's going to test for all those directories. Now you can see the code, the response code. That's what the response code means is after sending that request to the server, what's the server saying? Is the server acknowledging that stuff? Is it giving you like an error? Anything 400, just take it as error. 500, take it as error. 200, take it as okay, as a success. It means the response, the server gave you what? A positive feedback. This is the time it took it, the size and the size of the response. But now, by the time this guy is done with the scanning, he's going to give you a report. This history, that's if you've done so many things, search. You want to search for keywords or sentences, or no, let's keywords, let's go keyword. Now, output, alert. This alert is a very important one. Alert, if you click on alert, it's going to show you different kinds of flag. Alerts. Now, it's going to show you different kinds of flag. Now, this orange flag, one is for informational. This red one is for like high priority. Let's go there. High priority alerts, the red one. The one that is not really red is medium priority alert. The one that is yellow is low priority alert. And this one that is blue is what is informational priority alert. Remember when I was talking about submitting some bugs, and what you hear is what informational. Now, that's what applies to all these things. Now, that's not just all. That's not just all. From this word, high priority alert, you can tell that, okay, this alert is something that I must look at critically. Look at this. Look at the various links that it tested, or the various URLs that it tested. php.com/artist.php, and so on and so forth. So it's trying to tell you that for all these URLs tested, there is absence of what? Anti-CSRF token. CSRF means what? Cross-site request forgery. So there's high tendency that such a stuff can be carried out. Same thing goes to this. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them, but it can tell you, it's giving you information about the site. That's what scanning does for you. Mind you, this guy is not the one penetrating for you. No, it is not the one penetrating for you. You are using this to what? To get information about the website. Now, instead of you to now be acting blind, that's you just go there and you are testing for what have you testing for various vulnerabilities. This one has already told you these are the aspects. Look at all these aspects critically. Even if you're going to look at other ones, just look at all these ones critically, very, very, very critical. You look at all these ones, right? Authentication requests identified. This is an informational priority that is giving you. It's now telling you that once you let's click on it. Let's see what yeah. It says if you go to this site, this URL means if we go to this site, the confidence is low, means it's not really sure. Look at the description. The given request has been identified as an authentication request. The other info field contains a set of key value lines which identify any relevant field. If the request is in a context which has an authentication method set to auto-detect, then this rule will change the authentication to match the request identified. So practically, they are talking about the usage, how you're going to use this. Now, this is a further information about. Okay, now, very important. Please, you can always generate your reports if you want to see it in a comprehensive way. You come to report, you come to generate reports. You see, yeah, it's going to bring everything out. So if you want to take your time to now start studying it, generate reports, it's fine. You can always do that all by you. So in no time, it's going to generate report now. You'll see the report now. We are going to go through it. Mind you, like I said, it's just for you to get information about the site that you're dealing with. Now this is the generated. Closing them, closing this one. Good. That's the report. ZAP scanning report. Now you can click on any of them. Now you can summaries allowed count by risk and confidence, by site and risk, by alert type. These are the alerts. Risk medium, confidence high. Risk medium, confidence medium. It means this one now, if we check this one, the confidence is high. It means there's high chance that we are going to see this guy. They will come TSP header not set. That is, if we go to this site, let's check it out. I think I checked this site. It's telling me error 404. So if you want to read more about it, you can always read more about it. If you want to read more about it, you can always read more about it. So that's that on this one. That's that on that. So we'll not really spend much time on ZAP. That's because even in real life, I don't spend much time on ZAP. So this one will now lead us to what? Will lead us to the usage of what? Of burp suit. This one will lead us to what? The usage of burp suit. Now, this burp suit, I would say, if possible, and drink water before coming here. Because this guy is a different. I think we should do this burp suit too. Okay, I'm closing this one now. I will give you the introduction to it. Then tomorrow we are going to treat it one after the other. It's not something that I have to rush because it's a tool that you would always use. If you don't understand the beginning, I don't know. So it's not something that I'm going to rush and explain it to you. We are going to treat it step by step. I would explain it to you step by step, like all you need to know for the unnecessary applications so that my system will be responding faster. Okay, what is Bob Suit? To begin with, Bob Suit is a tool used by these web guys. That's people that do all this um people that do penetration testing. That's web app. Now it's actually a very powerful tool, very, very powerful. Developed by Bob Suite. These guys that we asked you to create an account with. Let's say Bob Suite. I think I checked it out before. So they were the one that designed Bob. Very, very powerful. So we have we have the community edition, we have the edition. And you are going to be the community, sorry, community. Now you know now there are always like differences between community and what and professional. Just by the way it sounds, you already know that. professional can give you some kind of advantages, right? Professional can give you some kind of advantages. So that's that on that. Um, let's look at talk about the various features that we have. Features that we have. Mind you, I'll still take my time again to explain it properly for you because this tool is actually is a tool that I use very very well. You get, I imagine using Zap just to scan to get this thing. Whatever it is I'm teaching you here is the way I do my own. You meet some guys that probably they just go straight into this. Some guys that probably their steps are actually more detailed than my own. It's possible. Some guys their steps are more detailed than my own. Some guys just go straight to whatever it is they are going to do. But trust me, when you take it step by step, you get more results. Now let's go back to our Bob. You can see the tool. Very good tool. Can use it for manual testing, beginners, professionals, everybody normally uses this tool. Now, please, there is something I want to explain here. This one is very, very important. Proxy. Proxy. Just like the way you understand the normal meaning of proxy, like a fake person. Sometimes you want to submit something in school, they will say no submission in proxy. I mean, so no, is it submission in no submission in proxy. It means um you cannot submit for somebody else. You cannot appear to be somebody else. Now, what does this proxy feature? What does it do? You can call it a tab. You can call it a feature. For the sake of this class, we'll call it tab. We'll keep it tab. What does it do? It intercepts, it modifies different requests. You know now, this is a web platform now. It's for web security. So what's the kind of HTTP? So it will just intercept or modify. It's not all the time you want to intercept and modify. Intercept and modify HTTP or HTTPS traffic between the browser and what the target application. Now, you may want to use a different browser, but for me, I like using the browser that is inside Bob. If you want to open Bob, come here, you open your Bob. Oh shit, I've closed this thing. Sorry, I think I showed you guys how to open. You go to that house, you press BRP, open your Bob, then you are good. Now, if you want to use a different browser, you can use a different browser. That one, I'm going to have to explain to you how to download your Foxy proxy. There's something they call Foxy proxy. That's the guy that will be helping your proxy work properly. But for this one, it already has a browser embedded in the what in the Burp Suite. This is the browser I'm trying to open now. You can see where I opened it. Open a browser. The browser is already inside. Now, why do I like the browser is not very, very strong. I mean, it's not strong. You can't compare it to your conventional browsers, right? But when you want to start to do all those interception, when you want to set up your Foxy proxy, it does it automatically. Because setting up your Foxy proxy is another game. It's a different game. You need to start aligning your port, set your port 8080. Some of you have to use port 8081 if your 8080 is already occupied, and so on and so forth. So instead of you not to even disturb yourself with all those drama, just use browser that is inside your port. The browser is going to open up. You can see on the screen is what is the browser. The browser works perfectly, as perfect as ordinary normal browsers. So let's check for good. You see that although it takes time, yeah, like I told you, it's not as proficient or as strong as the normal browsers that you would have ordinarily. So you can see it goes. It's going to work like a normal browser. Ooh. Let me search for my name, Boniface. Victor Boniface. No, it's my own I'm talking about. Let's go for that. If my name will come out at all. This Victor Boniface has taken every. I'm recording this. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make here is that this guy actually works like a normal browser. It works like a normal browser. Okay. And I told you the reason why I prefer using it. I prefer using it because when it's time to set up your proxy, when you want to use that, this one automatically does it for you. And I would recommend, I would not even just recommend, I would strongly recommend that you use this browser that is inside your Burp instead of setting up another browser and so on and so forth. So that's proxy for you. You already know what it does now. Intercept, modify. Let me show you a very good example. So I've already started here. So let me show you a very good example. You go here, you know, you see this boniface now. I want to intercept, I want to modify the HTTP traffic that's coming out from my browser to target application. That's like the server. So boniface now, I'm going to change it to let me look for somebody's name in this on this call. Olawale Oyenuga. So let's change it to Olawale. Olawale. Now I'm going to go and block it from my guy. Intercept on. Now before I continue, let me explain something. We know we call all these things tabs. Dashboard, target, proxy, intruder, repeater, collaborator, sequencer, decoder, comparer, logger, organizer, extension, lane, InQL. Forget about this InQL. So now, these are the different tabs, right? All these ones that you are seeing here, they're like sub tabs. So like here you have submarine, subject. Sub means like the one that is under it. So under proxy, we have all these tabs, all these other tabs, all these sub tabs. You have intercept like the history, match and replace their proxy settings. The same way we go to intruder. Intruder, okay, we not see any of this thing here. Repeater, the only this thing that we have are the different, let me say, sessions. This one you see two. By the time we start working on plenty things, you'll be seeing 1 or 2, 3 different sessions. We have sequencer, we have collaborator, we have I've not even used this guy before. That's because of it's for professional. We have decoder. Decoder is when you want to decode. You know what it means to decode. You know all these URL now. There's one they call URL encoding. When it encodes the URL, you want to decode it. So that's for that, logger, and the likes of that. So more like history guy. So let's go back to our this target is for like when you say you want to see the site map, you want to see like like the site map of whatever it is that you are dealing with. You're talking about this target. You can see the subtab under it. You have site map, you have scope, you have issues definition. So under proxy, it wasn't my intention to go this week. I already gone into it. So tomorrow we'll continue from wherever I stopped today. So proxy, you can see the different stuff there. We have intercept, HTTP entry, and the likes of that. So now, what am I going to do? I want to intercept it. Intercept means I want to need something more practical. Instead of me to just send a request to the server straight, I want to block it. I want to there's intercept. I'm trying not to use the word intercept. I want to block it. You get so it's not going to go. It's not going to go. And it's not going to go. We're going to see the request here. Let's go. We've put on our intercept, right? Let's go to this guy. Let's press go. Olawale. Enter. You see, just continue to load forever and ever. It will not go. It will not go. That's because so that's captured. Now it's going to we should be notified here that something has been captured. So we come to now you can see the request, the get request here. Look at the URL google.com search. There's a question mark, there's a query. This Q means a query. Query equals to what? Olawale. Q is equal to what? Olawale. So if we want to look at this one in full details, we can look at it in full details. This is it. Let's take it step by step. Let's take it step by step. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's clear all this. So clear everything here. We'll do it all over again. Let's drop it. Drop. 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 drop, 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 drop. So we dropped everything. Intercept is on. This is the very beginning. Now you cannot see anything on the screen, right? This is the beginning. The point is that I told you that we search for, it's telling us request was dropped by the user. Yes, we drop all those requests. Let's start again. Normally, if you search for Olawale, it's going to go to the server. They will get our information, or will get our result. But now I'm telling you that if we search for something and our intercept is on, it's not going to go. Let's search for John. John, right? Press enter. You see, if you notice, my screen has captured it. This bob has captured it that there's something waiting for us. This is it here. Come here. Let's look at it properly. Send to repeater. I don't want to start talking about repeater now because I've not yet gone there. Now let's go to repeater. Anyway, send to repeater. This repeater is already showing yellow. I will tell you what repeater is. Don't worry, anything you don't understand now, you understand it like later. Now you see this John. Let's go back here. See this request. This request that is telling us search. The query is what? John. The query is John, right? We can change this query. Let's remember what we said proxy is used for. Proxy is used for what? Intercepting and what? Modifying. Let's come here and change the query. Let's change it to Ola Wale. Ola Wale. Let's send this request forward. If you forward this request, it's going to now show I forwarded the request. This is the request it's brought from the server. Now let's go to this. Can you see what we have here? It's not John again, it's now Olawale. That's because of what? We modified it. So we are going to be stopping here for today. Tomorrow we are going to start as if we did not even talk about it at all.